Yeah, I would say that my main inspiration was Grey Delisle, who's she voices Daphne in Scooby-Doo. She was Vicky in Fairly Odd Parents. She voices like a million characters. She's iconic in the voiceover industry. And then also my friend Jeremy Lee, who is she voices Lucy in Fairy Tale, Asuna in Sword Art Online. Jeremy, it's she voices Red Blood Cell in Cells at Work. Like, if there's an anime, Jeremy's probably in it. Sailor Venus in Sailor Moon. Yes, she's iconic. And, I grew up listening to her voice, and I was like, man, Jeremy's in everything. She's incredible. And so, yeah.
That's the best way to be, is to find people in the industry that you like and then strive to kind of be like them or become friends with them. Yeah. That's the best thing on earth. I'm like, I love being friends with my idols. It means I'm on their same level. I'm just kidding. So what you were saying about starting in college, leaving college a couple months in, going for voice acting, how did you set yourself up to be able to do that? And two, what did you find as challenges going into the voice acting industry? Because if you don't go to college for something, it could be really hard to know what you're doing.
Yes. So I ended up leaving college and then setting myself up for work. The way that I set myself up to do that was that I did it, and that I was panicking the entire time. I had to leave school due to family circumstances. My father passed away. And so I suddenly was like, I have to leave school, things are not good for me. And so then I kind of just threw myself directly into the workforce. And so I found myself a job at Universal Studios Hollywood, which is a theme park in Los Angeles, and I worked in fireworks for a long time. I worked in pyrotechnics. I used to push set pieces around. I did fireworks for all kinds of really cool shows, that landed me a job at the Hollywood Bowl doing fireworks too. And I did fireworks for the Muppets and Bruno Mars and Black Sabbath. It was.
I'd take off my lizard. I like my Pascal. Sorry, keep going. So you built fireworks.
I set them off. I did not build the fireworks. I set them off. So I was the one that was taking the actual pyrotechnics and wiring them in and making sure they were tested and that there was electric current flowing through them.
And then you booked Simpsons.
Yeah,
I know that's probably not your first bit, it's probably not your first job, but it's the first thing that happened. You're the youngest person at the time to be in Simpsons.
I think I still am, as far as regular cast goes, yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that experience from auditioning to casting to recording for The Simpsons.
So when I booked The Simpsons, it was during the pandemic. Because at the time I was also working at Disneyland doing behind the scenes work. And all of a sudden, when the pandemic struck, Disneyland went away and it shut down, so all of us were let go, essentially. We were all furloughed. And so I was like, I have no way to make money, so I moved back in with my mom back home in Vegas. And so when I booked The Simpsons, when I auditioned for it, when I booked it, I was living at home with my mom, and I was using her walk-in closet as my booth.
Okay, can we schedule when I can use your closet and when I can't?
No, that's exactly it. Or it's when she was at work, I would just spend all day in her closet, recording auditions, or trying to find opportunities for myself. And then I would do auditions sometimes really late at night too, because during the day I would be working. And so at 9 p.m. at night is when I would record all these auditions, just kind of rapid fire and get them out, because she was like, you need to get out of my closet because I need to go to bed.
Honey, Jenny, it's time to come out of the closet.
Exactly.
I need to go to bed.
Exactly.
So from The Simpsons, we got it, we were working, we were happy, excited. There was probably, I presume, a lull that always is in the industry where something will go really, really well, and then you just need a little bit of a break, and then you get back into it.
Yes,
How was that period for you?
So I booked The Simpsons, and I couldn't tell anyone about it for about a year, because original animation, we record it, and then it goes to animation, they animate just the draw and everything, and then they finally release it, and I can't talk about being in the cast until it gets released. And so I was kind of sitting there, twiddling my thumbs, and I was like, I'm in a really cool thing, I booked a really huge project, but I can't tell anyone about it. And so for a while it was my agents and I were frustrated, because it's that earns you a certain amount of credibility, where they're like, oh, so she knows what she's doing. But we couldn't use it until for a year. So it's kind of sitting there being like, please hire me. I promise I know what I'm doing. I promise I'm good at something. And they're like, well, have you booked anything? And they're like, yes,
it's NDA.
It's NDA. Please trust me. Please, I need money so bad.
And you did Genshin as well. You're pretty well known for the Genshin cosplayers love you. And you play pranks on them where you come up and you do the voice line.
I used to, yeah.
How do you find interacting with the community and meeting people who have listened to you, like from kids to adults?
It's so rewarding, because often so much of the time what I do is so solitary and kind of lonely, because we kind of go into our little booth and we interact with maybe the engineer and the director, and that's really all we get to talk to during the day. And then we go back home, and I sit with my 3 cats.
Like, hey, Beans, busy work day.
Exactly. We're like, and then Beans will be like, I'm like, man, I'm tired today, and he's just like, feed me, and I'm like, okay, thank you for your sympathy, I appreciate it. But no, it's so rewarding because it's so easy to forget that what I'm doing isn't lost in a vacuum somewhere. It's not just me like shouting into the ether like it feels sometimes. Because sometimes during my workday, it doesn't just feel like my job is to show up, talk to a microphone, and then go home.